Fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, Yozori, Evinrude, and the Star Island Yacht Club in Montauk.
Hey there, Toby Lapinski from the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, and I'm here at ICAST 2019 in Orlando, Florida. Yeah, that's about 1,100 miles south of where I should be right now, back home fishing. And as you're about to see, as happens every time I get out of the state, the fishing turns on. It's been dead in my spots the last couple of weeks. Of course I'm getting word of fish this week, so let's jump right into it. Starting off, regular Fisherman contributor Nick Canaris. He was out this week fishing in Long Island Sound. He was going for black sea bass, and he started heading over to his usual spring spots to see what was going on there. Ran into a fleet of boats, so it's that time of year to start moving a little bit east. Didn't go too far, and he found the sea bass had moved east on him. Got an easy limit, no time at all. Fish up to 22 inches. Says he was doing catch and release just and having some fun on him. But what was really good, was really interesting on it, on these different grounds moving east again, was he was finally getting into some good fluke mixed in. Instead of those little shorts and the occasional keeper that we've been finding in that mid-sound, he got some keepers, so that's good word. Those fish are starting to move deep along with the sea bass. And I also got a word from Mark Alamina. He was fishing off Stamford this week. He was going for striped bass, chunking along with Trini and Frank Pelicione. Again, they were chunking for stripers. Got into about a half dozen catch and release bass. Biggest fish of the tide was landed by Trini, a nice 40-incher that they released. So congrats on that really nice catch there. And then again, like I said a little while ago, when I am away, there's fishing to be had back home. And everybody, friends, and as you see, family seems to get in on it, because I got a text while I'm down here in Florida. My son, Aiden, was out with my dad, and they even got into some fish to really rub it in. They were fishing on my dad's boat in Chester, Connecticut, on the Connecticut River, just dropping some baits down on hand lines, and they were banging the catfish. So you don't need the rods, the reels. There's that many fish going on back home again while I'm away. You can get in on some catfish. As you're about to see, we got video contributors here in New England. If you want to drop me a line, send an email, photos, or do videos like you're about to see, Lapinski@thefisherman.com. I can take your report. So first up this week, we got a video from Dave Bocas. He was fishing off of Mesquamaket, Rhode Island.
Thanks, Toby. I'm coming at you today off of the beaches of Mesquamaket area. We got out this morning around 5, found a real solid striper bite out on one of the reefs. It was schoolie after schoolie. We stayed there about 45 minutes. I can't tell you how many we got, a couple dozen each. Almost the keeper size, but not quite. Ended up moving off to Watch Hill, where we found the keepers actually. Got one in the boat, kept one to eat, had some fun with that for a while. Moved back over to Mesquamaket. We figured we want to get some meat for the table. Started black sea bassing. Got a solid bite on that too. Right near our limit with the black sea bass. Jigging them up. Good day for sure.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Dave. We got a video from you a couple of weeks ago. Great to have another report from you. Jumping right into the next video from TJ Kopecki talking about what's going on in the East Bay this week.
Thanks, Toby. Hey guys, hope everybody had a great 4th of July holiday. It was nice to get out and do some fishing on more than just 2 days for a weekend. Had 4 days to do it. Lots of good fishing in the ground fishing category. Basically in Mount Hope Bay, where I've been fishing lately. This week I fished in Church's Cove for some really good flounder action. There was a lot of scup mixed in, some sea bass. I actually got my personal best from Mount Hope Bay this week, a 24.5-inch flounder. I got him on a chunk of bluefish, believe it or not, that I had caught, and I filleted him. I put him on a little pink mylar jig, dropped him on the bottom with an 8-ounce sinker, and let him drift away, and we caught that fish. It was a nice fight. It was a good fish. After that, the drifts after that were really good. We kept pulling up a lot of short fluke, but we did manage to get 3 or 4 keeper fluke on the boat for a 4-hour trip. The conditions were tough in the morning. We didn't really get much there. So we did a lot of moving around, and we actually got into the mouth of the Sakonnet. We got some scaup, A lot of sea robins we had to get through. Then we moved back across the bay towards the Kickmute River into Church's Cove, which is right off of Mount Hope Farm, right near the Mount Hope Bridge. And we get about 20 feet of water, and that's when the action just got hot. I gotta say that the rivers last week, the Warren and the Barrington, I fished them early in the morning. Lots of decent stripers in there for warm water. But the bait's in there, so they're feeding. So if you're gonna get out in the bridges, get out there and fish some nice white, probably 4 to 5 inch swimming plugs or soft plastics, and you're gonna do well in the currents. Other than that, everything is good. If you can get out there and get fishing, it's gonna be really, really hot coming up with the new tide and the moon. So tight lines, and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, awesome. Once again, thank you, TJ. And again, like I said, if you want to do any of these videos, you want to submit pictures, reports, whatever, Lapinski@thefisherman.com. I'd love to have you contributing. Got one more. Ended on the Niantic Shark Week, sponsored by our friends over at J&B Tackle. Completed this last week and got word the largest shark, as well as the largest thresher, was landed by John and Drew Christensen, as well as Carl Fellenbaum and Steve Higgs, better known as Team Carrie Ann. They had a 394.5 pound thresher, so great shark right there. There was a bunch of threshers, makos. Heard of a lot of blue dogs getting caught, almost too many, as happens so often, but they had some good threshers and some makos as well. So, as always, I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of thefisherman.com, wishing you tight lines and head out onto the water this weekend.
Win the incredible Steigercraft Evinrude Lowrance Grand Prize Boat Package and more in the Fisherman's 2019 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Get the details now at thefisherman.com.